Alright everybody, and welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Avon Splendor fiber optic house. Let's get into it. Okay, so quick backstory on this house. Like most villagers, I love to go to, places like a Goodwill or some kind of thrift store or Savers, or even the flea market is a fantastic spot for gold mine items like the one before us today. So usually on a Sunday, we'll get up kind of early in the morning and head down to the flea market, and you never know what you're gonna find. Well, recently, here it is. We found the Avon lighted fiber optic house. Now, I am completely unfamiliar with the brand and anything really that goes along with it. So I tried to do some research to kind of dig up what I could, but there's really not much out there. So I just wanted to make a quick video, at least showing you one of these. I'm sure they make other stuff. But anyways, I just thought it would be a fun, quick little video to show you with a little information that I do have about it. So first and foremost, obviously it's beautiful, and it is fiber optic to the T. They really went above and beyond on the fiber optic, and what I mean by that is right down to the icicles coming off the ceiling there, and the tree is really tall. I do have some dimensions that I measured myself, so bear in mind that this information was stuff that I dug up on my own, and hand measurements, things like that, and stuff that I could find. So anyways, it came out in 2001, again by a company named Avon. My apologies if I'm pronouncing any part of this name wrong here. I am definitely pronunciation here and reading is not my strong suit, or spelling rather. Anyways, it is a 12 volt AC power supply, 1200 milliamps, and the dimensions that I came up with were 11 inches tall, and that's to the chimney there. So obviously with the tree here, it would probably be another 3-4 inches tall, kind of depending on how you format the tree, because like most fiber optic trees, you can kind of bend them into shape a little bit. So anyway, so about 11 inches tall to the chimney itself, about 11 and a half inches wide, measured from the base, of course, and about 6.5 inches in depth. So there is some real good size to this thing. Hopefully I can capture that here for you. And I will give you a quick tour around the house. But anyways, as far as price points, so I don't know what they were when they came out, because again, I'm very unfamiliar with this piece, but after doing some research online, they seem to be averaging between $50 and $60. So I don't know, is it worth it? Probably, I think so. If you're into the fiber optic thing, I am, and my wife especially loves the fiber optic stuff. And it's perfect because it fits in with villaging as well. Even though most of our houses aren't fiber optic, it still fits in quite well for, depending on your setup. Obviously the scale is usually going to be a little bit different, not always, but most of the time. But I don't know, there's just something about it that just really works, at least for us anyways. So let's take a quick tour around the house. We'll start with the beautiful tree. The tree really is gigantic. It's a highlight, and for scale as far as tree to house, it really sticks out. I think it was a beautiful call. Gives the whole piece some real height, even though it's way above the house. The house itself is a little bit shorter. I don't know, it's perfect. So moving along from the tree, of course, we have the icicles coming off the roof that I showed you earlier. The chimney it comes in its own little package, and it comes on and off. I'll demonstrate that for you real quick. Okay, so there's that. Also, there is, of course, fiber optics that trace the whole front of the house. The lamp here is interesting because it seems a little out of scale for the dimensions of the house and whatnot. I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's the height that's not quite right, or the width, or something's just, I don't know. But it's absolutely stunning. I like the fact they put little Christmas lights inside of the tree. They're all on. The camera it's hard to pick up the green there, but it is lit. But yeah, it was cool because it's not exactly like the rest of the house where it's all fiber optic. The tree is like these little micro LEDs, which is super cool. Also, what is a Christmas scene without Frosty himself, or snowman in this case? I like to think of him as Frosty. And something that's really neat here is we go around the side, there's like this cool stack of wood. Let me show you that. I'm not sure why that kind of tied things in for me, but I really liked it. Makes sense because, you know, the chimney and things like that. And, you know, you don't really see that too often, you know, stacks of wood and usually if there's a chimney on a house, especially in the wintertime, there would be wood stacked up on the house. So I like that. The house is decorated, which is really cool. And it seems to be made of I don't know, a plastic. Yeah, I guess it would be a plastic. I don't know. I think it works for this house. Not everything in the fiber optic world is plastic, but this one is, and I think it's cool. You know, obviously the money went into the lighting because, you know, right around like the windows and stuff aren't the most realistic looking thing in the world, but honestly, it's really cool. I love this. I wanted to just make a really quick video on it. Like I said, you know, this isn't so much an in-depth review because there's really not much out there on it. So if you have one or you know something about it, please leave it in the comments below because I want to explore this brand a little bit more. I'm interested in, did they make other kinds of villaging pieces, or was it all fiber optic? Is that all they did? Did they do other things? If you know, let us know in the comments below. But it's a really cool house. I thought it was really neat. I'll dim the lights here in a minute. There is no soundtrack for it. Oh, and one little side note, not to ramble on about it, but as the house is fiber optic, inside the house, and it comes with a spare bulb, there's this really tiny little light bulb that kind of lights up the inside of the house. So you have the fiber optic stuff on the outside and a little light bulb inside, which is kind of cool. And it does come with a spare, which is nice. So anyways, really cool flea market find. So always be on the lookout anytime you're shopping at a flea market or a thrift store, vintage store, whatever it is you have, because you never know when you're gonna find it. And I think I paid $12 for this, I think, and it was still brand new in the box, packaging, sealed, all that stuff. So I was really lucky on that. I had no idea at the time what they went for because, again, I'd never seen one. So I was really pleased to find out that, you know, they're going for 50, 60 bucks and I only paid 12 for it, especially in this condition. So it's absolutely stunning. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh, and one quick note, this house does not have a soundtrack, so it is just lighting, but again, absolutely stunning.